Hello, and thank you for listening to Business as Usual. My name is Bailey Batilla, and I am the adult librarian at the Donaldson branch, and I am here with...
And I'm Corey Frederick. I'm the manager of the Goodlettsville Branch Library.
And we are here with Angela with NBIC. Angela, how are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Angela, can you tell us about yourself and what you do at the Nashville Business Incubation Center?
I'm the CEO of the Nashville Business Incubation Center, and prior to coming here, I used to own 2 restaurants here in Nashville, and I like to say I'm also an active, well, not an activist, but I'm very active in the community. I sit on several boards because I believe in giving back, to the community.
Very awesome.
Wonderful.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
So what is NBIC?
NBIC is an incubator where we work with individuals that are underserved in the community and they're looking to start a business, or they may be an existing business in Nashville but are looking to scale. And so they can be in our program for at least 5 years because we know the failure rate in the first 5 years is extremely high. It's in 80%. Oh, wow. And so we're there, to support them because we want them to realize it's a journey.
Yeah. So could you tell us how the Incubation Center came about and about its history here in Nashville?
So the incubation started in 1986. We've been around for 38 years, and our whole goal is to help individuals to start, start their business. And it came from an investment from the Tennessee Valley Authority, making $1 million investment into the organization.
Okay.
Yeah, and so with the Incubation Center, what are services and resources that you all offer to small business owners and entrepreneurs?
So we have several programs. One class that we have that's free and has always been free for over the past 10 years that Pinnacle Bank underwrites for us, and it's called eMyth. Because one of the things we realize when people start a business, they don't realize about, having processes and structures in place and if they really are CEO or not. And then we have a program that's called Foundations and it's free. Because one of the main things we want people to do is to be able to start a business and not have a barrier of a fee tied to it. Yeah. But we want to make sure they're set up properly. Do they have a business license and things of that nature? Do they have a banking relationship? And we introduce them to bankers. We also help them with just basic, financials when they start. And then once they go through that particular program, we have what we call the Biz Quiz. And in that Biz Quiz, it would do an assessment to tell us what is the next level they should be in. And so we have a program called Framework, where it's to help them create a strategy. And it's not overwhelming. We know most people have never created a strategy. And so we try to keep it very basic, for them of what can they accomplish in the next year. And that's a 5-week course. There's a fee for that course, but many times, especially if they're in Davidson County or the surrounding counties, the class is free.
Okay.
And then our next class that we offer is Groundwork. And the Groundwork program is really about, you've went through the lower level classes or you already exist in business and we want to help you implement. Many times small business owner has the vision and now we've helped them create that strategy. But the success really comes when now they can execute. And so we're able to help them execute. And that's a 6-month program where we just get a little bit more hands-on with teaching them from a financial literacy standpoint, from budgeting, cash flow. And then we were able to receive a grant that we can help them with some of the tools that they need from a tech side. Because when you start a business nowadays, it needs to be tech enabled.
Sure. Yeah.
And so then can be a little bit more hands-on then with helping them decide if they're going to, I'm just going to say go through a digital transformation. Do you want to be Google? Do you want to be, a Microsoft company? Yeah. Or what are some marketing tools that they can use? And then our last program, which has been around for 38 years, is really where we help a company, scale and really think about what is the next steps. Do they want to have multiple locations? Do they want to, franchise? What does that look like? And then that program is 3 years long.
And what was that? What's the name of that program?
It's the Mighty Oak.
The Mighty Oak program. I noticed that your logo is a little acorn,
yes.
So I was like, there you go.
So our tagline, our tagline is Acorn and Mighty Oaks. I've been at the organization for 22 years, and I remember saying to a PR firm, you can change whatever you want, but the Acorn to Mighty Oak, because we want to make sure people are planted properly.
Sure.
And our goal is to water them and help them weather storms.
Yeah. So there's a couple more, and I was perusing your website earlier today. The Rise Up Academy, could you talk about that a little bit?
So the Rise Up Academy we set it aside for just women because one of the things we realized over the past 5 years that women are the fastest growing when we think about small business owner, but the piece that was missing, they were not creating jobs.
Yeah.
And the revenue is usually less than 24,000. But we also realized a lot of women didn't have community because they're either working like in the business, trying to be a mother, caregiving. And so that Rise Up program is targeted to women, and the whole goal there is to get them to create 5 or more jobs and get them to $1 million. And so that's why we take them through this. It's a journey, and we want people to understand it's a journey. And that's why our program starts from the day you start until we can at least get you to $1 million, no matter where you land. And then our last, program, we work with the Metropolitan Nashville Airport Authority.
Okay.
And that program is getting people contractor ready. When we think about the growth of Nashville, one of the things we see is a shortage, when we think about subcontractors, because you may see Turner, but Turner don't actually do the work. They're a general contractor, and so they need subcontractors.
Okay. And on that website, I was trying to look around, and Metro Nashville Airport Authority, that sort of section, and I saw that there was a lot of success stories that went along with that section.
Yes.
Could you talk about any good ones that pop in your mind? Or
Oh, well, so we one of our graduate clients from that program is actually in a partnership with Turner building a Tennessee Titans stadium.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
that's
deal.
awesome.
And then one of our graduate clients from not the airport program, but still he graduated from the incubation center. He's the owner representative for the Tennessee Titans because people don't think about, you need someone with to represent the owner.
Wow.
And then the other ones just around town that people may, I'll pause because you asked about the airport program. I was going to go into a couple
Well,
others.
we can go into
success
the other
stories,
ones too.
yeah.
Okay.
Success stories in general.
Yeah, so some other success stories that a lot of people don't, realize, but like Christy Cookies started out in our program.
Wow.
And, of course, he sold the company and it's been sold again. But some of the others that people will recognize in Nashville, Slim and Huskies, EJ and Clint and Derek, they started their first 2 companies at the Incubation Center. Greer Cheesery graduated, as well from our program.
Yeah.
A lot of big Nashville names have
Yeah.
come out of this program, it
Yes.
seems.
And there's a lot of locals that people may not. When you go to the Nashville Farmers Market, if you go to A&M Market, they've went through our program, Bubble Love, and there's a new one that's there now in the Farmers Market, and it's called Roll Forever. It's an ice cream company. So our whole thing is we want you to start a business. You can be, have a great vision, and we're here to help you create a strategy and let you, if that's your desire, that you want to have multiple locations or expand, that you have the support.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Sounds like a lot of successful folks, successful organizations have went through that program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of big names. Also on your website, it showed that people can volunteer with the incubation center. Can you tell us kind of how that process is?
So it's a very easy process. So on our website, you can go on, and our thing is we're just asking, how do you want to get involved? Do you want to volunteer for 1 hour, teach a class, or mentor someone? Yeah. And the thing I want to make sure I say is the work that we do, we can't do without volunteers. That's how we're able to keep our costs low and a lot of programming free.
Yeah.
And we really work with a lot of individuals in the bank that want it, in the banking industry or marketing, that want to give back, to the community.
So are you kind of looking for like past business owner volunteers, people,
Past business owners, librarians.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, everybody, because you think about like research, because we try to teach them, they have to do their own research.
Yeah.
But ideally is looking for someone that like to commit for several months, or if you want one-off, when we have events and stuff like that, have somebody work with registration, or someone, again, that want to just sit on a panel.
Yeah.
That's a volunteer versus someone want to be paid $1,500.
Yeah. Absolutely.
To come and speak.
So while we're talking about the digital space, my mind went to the physical space. Are there spaces at the incubation center that people can work at and all that good stuff?
So we were hit with the tornado in 2020, and so we got out of this rental space. Plus, what we saw during the pandemic, our business model shifted because what we're seeing in Nashville, it's difficult for everybody to come down or pay for parking.
Yeah.
And so 85% of our programming is virtual.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And it's because you can be in Sumner County or you can be in Smith County and be able to access the services that we provide.
That's really cool. Really cool. So what kind of classes? Well, we talked about the framework and foundations and all that good stuff. Is there one that you would recommend in particular to small business owners?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So what I saw in 2017 was we needed to have an effort to meet people where they are and take the bias out of it. And so we have a quiz that we do. It's 31 just logic-based questions. And so we can meet each person where they are, you know what I'm saying, in their journey. And so if you take the Biz quiz, that's on the NBIC website, that's how they would get in touch with us. And they either can register in the class immediately or they have access to one of my coordinators that will, take a phone call for them to get additional information. And we love for people to call us because we're seeking to understand what do they need and how we can help them.
So the first step is the Biz quiz.
The first step is the Biz quiz.
That's a great name, by the way.
Yeah. And that's just
I'm trying
available.
to keep it simple.
Yeah. Is that just on your website? Whenever they go to your website, they'll see Biz Quiz.
It's right there in the middle.
Very nice. So we ask every guest on the show one question for you. We always ask, what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone starting out as an entrepreneur or small business owner?
Come to the Nashville Business Incubation Center. But in the second thing, because I feel like I need to start a podcast on this. If you're working somewhere full time, do not leave your job until you enroll in some classes, somewhere so you can really understand what all you need and you making sure you have your foundational piece in place. So succinctly, do not start a business unless you have a parachute.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Need some way to bail out just in case.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and you talking about the statistic earlier that 80% of small business, what is it, in the first 5 years?
In the first 5 years.
That's a big number.
That's big. That's a lot.
Big number.
Yeah.
It is. But a lot of it, many times, is, again, they didn't start off with a solid foundation, in place, not enough cash reserves. So,
they didn't have the parachute.
They didn't have the parachute.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with having a parachute.
That's right. That's right. We all need one.
So what's some of the best ways to get in touch with the Incubation Center? You have a website, email, phone?
So we have a website, and that's where a lot of our information is for them to learn about the classes. Again, on there, they can contact us, and there's our phone numbers on there as well as taking the Biz quiz. Mm-hmm. I think the easiest and the best way, and the reason why I created the Biz quiz several years ago, because it's 10 o'clock at night, you don't put the kids down, you don't work all day, and you're looking for some resources. You can take the Biz quiz, see if, where you need to land within our programs, and then you can reach out. Someone will reach out to you within 24 hours.
Very cool. Very cool. So if we wanted to visit, what's the street address by chance?
So our street address is 110 Glancy Drive. It's in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Okay. And our website is www.nbichub.org.
One of my neighbors up there in Goodlettsville.
Yes, one of your neighbors. Everybody's beginning to grow our way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So is there anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap up?
If someone's thinking about starting a business, the best thing I can tell them is just start. Leverage the resources, whether you go to the library or you go to the Small Business Development Center. Obviously, we would love for them to come to NBIC, but, just start doing your research with your parachute on.
Nice. Very nice. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, Angela, thank you so much. And thank you, Nashville, for listening. Again, my name is Bailey, and I'm here with
Corey Frederick.
And Angela with the Nashville Business Incubation Center. Thank you again, Angela, for coming along. And thank you, listeners. Again, this is Business as Usual. Thank you.